Hello everyone, this is Mrs. Venti. In this video we are going to look at number patterns. Now the first thing we need to know is what is a number pattern. The definition I have on the screen says a number pattern is a list of numbers that increase or decrease according to a specific rule. In our example we have a list of numbers. We have 4 numbers that follow each other. That's a list. To go from the first number to the second number, we are saying that it's either going to go up by a certain number or down by a certain number. And the same thing applies for every consecutive number. Consecutive means the one following the other. So that is a number pattern. A number pattern is a list of numbers where every number that follows changes by either increasing or decreasing by a specific rule. We are going to learn the different kinds of rules that apply to number patterns. Specifically, in this video, we're going to look at the constant difference rule. In the next video, we're going to look at the constant ratio rule. And then we'll also look at other different kinds of patterns and geometric patterns. Now, let's stick to what we have on the screen. What would the rule be for what we have on the screen to go from one number to the other? So you know, to go from 3 to 5, I'm going to say 3 plus 2 gives me 5. From 5 to 7, it's plus 2. From 7 to 9, it's plus 2. So I know that my rule is going to be add 2 to each number to get the next number. Let's quickly write out the rule. So if you're writing out the rule in words, you are going to tell me first where to start. So you're going to start by saying start with 3, because our first value, our first number in the number pattern is 3. Okay, then you are going to tell me to add 3 to, we're adding 2. Add 2 to 3, which is this 2 that we're adding, to get 5. That's the 5, right? And then you're going to tell me to continue adding 2 to get each consecutive term. So consecutive means following one after the other. Okay, so this is how you write the rule in words. If we go back to the number pattern, I just want to show you a couple of things in terms of vocabulary. The first thing I want you to know is that these numbers that we have here, this is your pattern, and these are the values in your pattern. But we also refer to the places. So if this is the first place and this is the second and that's the third, we call those places terms. So term 1, term 2, and term 3, and term 4. The term specifically means the position in the sequence. So if I'm asking you what is term 4, you can tell me term 4 is 9. Another way of thinking about it is containers. In container number 1 is 3. In container number 2 is 5. In container number 3 is 7. In container number 4 is 9. So you know the meaning of the word terms, and you know the meaning of the word, the values in the number pattern, and you know what a number pattern is. So let's go ahead and look at constant difference. Okay, constant difference is got 2 words that we want to look at. The first one is constant. Constant means stays the same. It does not change. The second word, difference, means the answer that you get from subtracting one number from another. When you see difference, you need to remember subtract. Difference and subtract are synonymous in mathematics. If I ask you what's the difference between these two numbers, I want you to subtract the big one from the small one and give me the difference. Okay, We've got a new number pattern. It's 5, 7, 9, 11, dot, dot, dot. We need to calculate the difference. Now, I already told you how we're going to do that. If I say difference, you think subtract. So that's exactly what we're going to do. You are going to subtract. What do we subtract? Do you remember our terms? So this is term 1, this is term 2, this is term 3, this is term 4, and it continues. You are going to subtract term 2 minus term 1. So you're going to take the second one and then subtract the first one. That means that you are going to say 7. Inside term 2 is 7 minus inside term 1 is 5. And that gives us an answer of 2. Now, the difference between term 1 and term 2 is 2. Let's check. Term 3 minus term 2, that's going to be 9 minus 7, which gives me 2. And the last one is going to be term 4 minus term 3. That's going to be 11 minus 9. And that also gives me 2. So now I have achieved 2, 2, 2. If I do this only one time, then I have determined the difference between two numbers. But because I want constant difference, I have to repeat it. So what we've done here, you have to at least do it twice. More than twice is good, but the minimum is twice. You have to repeat it once and twice. And the reason why is you need to determine if it's constant. Does it stay the same? Is it 2, 2, 2, 2, 2? Or is it 2, 3, 4, 5, 6? So you have to do it more than once to see if it repeats. Now we have what is known as constant difference. In this pattern, the constant difference is 2, meaning that I'm going to go plus 2, plus 2, plus 2, and continue, plus 2, etc. Now, the next thing that we need to do is we need to figure out how to get the general rule. And I'm going to teach you how to use the table to get the general rule. Now, first thing we're going to do is we're going to start with the terms. You know that our terms are going to be term 1, term 2, term 3, term 4, and our last one is going to be term n. N stands for any number. So a variable, an unknown, any one, right? Term 1, 2, 3, 4, and term n. And what do we put inside there? So the value inside of term 1, if you look on the top, the value is 5, 7, 9, 11. So I'm going to the last row and I'm going to add that in and I'm going to say 5, 7, 9, 11. In term 1, we have 5. In term 2, we have 7. As term 3, we have 9. Term 4 is 11. Term n, we don't know yet. Okay, that's good. Now, the two middle steps that we want to look at is the first one says the difference times the term. What is the difference? The difference is in green. We've said that the constant difference is 2. So for each one, I'm going to say 2 times, 2 times, 2 times, 2 times, 2 times. Now I'm going to multiply it by the term. Term 1, so it's 2 times 1. Term 2, 2 times 2. Term 3, 2 times 3. Term 4, 2 times 4. Term n, 2 times n. Very good. Now, lastly, I need to take an action. So now what has to happen is I need to know what happens from here to here. So 2 times 1 is actually 2. Okay, that's the answer. What must I do to 2 to get to 5? That is plus 3. 2, 3, 4, 5. 2 plus 3 is 5. 2 times 2 is 4. 4 plus 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. That's correct. 2 times 3 is 6. And 6 plus 3 is going to give me 9. 2 times 4 is 8. 8 plus 3 is 8, 9, 10, 11. So plus 3, which means if it's plus 3, plus 3, plus 3, plus 3, this one is going to be plus 3 as well. I know that my general rule is going to be 2n. So this here becomes term n is equal to 2 times n plus 3. And this, ladies and gentlemen, is your general rule. Okay, that's all for today's video. In our next video, we are going to practice this using some exercises. Please like and subscribe. See you in the next video. Bye-bye.